Hi everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Professor Layton in the Curious Village. We got done in here because this guy didn't actually have anything new to say to us. Well, he does, but nothing actually important. So we can leave. And Luke yawns. Oh gosh, sorry, Professor. It's not that the investigation is boring me or anything. I'm just a little sleepy. It's gotten late. Let's report our findings to everyone at the mansion and wrap things up for the day. Professor, look over there! Oh my gosh, is that Ramon?
Luke, sir, hold it there.
Right behind you.
My word.
Oh no, we've lost him. Luke, you saw that too, didn't you? No doubt about it, that was Ramon. Does that mean that the kidnapper killed Ramon too? Ah! Steady there, Luke. I think we'd do well to return to the site of Ramon's abduction. The kidnapper may have left a clue behind, you see? Right. Lead on, Professor. Nor mysterious rumbling. We need to go sweep the site of Ramon's abduction for clues. You're absolutely right, Professor. Professor, look at this! Dun dun dun! This appears to be identical to the item recovered from this crime scene at Reinhold Manor. Do you think it might help us find who's responsible for both crimes? Perhaps. At any rate, our first priority is to report our findings to Lady Dahlia. Excuse me, folks. Had to yawn. Come, Luke, back to the manor. And thus, Chapter 4 comes to a close. After witnessing Ramon's abduction, the Professor and Luke returned to the manor to report their findings. We have urgent news. Ramon has been abducted. What? Who? How? I must inform Madame at once. Madame, something terrible has happened. So are you saying Ramon has also been involved in some kind of foul play? No, we can't be sure of that yet. However, time is of the essence. We must organize a search to locate him post-haste. Mr. Layton, what's the meaning of all this? Why do you insist on whipping the town up into a frenzy? The situation has changed recently, Inspector. We saw Ramon being abducted in town. I'm afraid you may have a serial murder case on your hands. We must rally the people of St. Mystere and organize a search. Mr. Layton, last time I checked, this was my case, not yours. It's too late to start looking tonight. We'll organize a search first thing in the morning. After the trail's gone... We've no time to debate whether or not to wake a few sleepy villagers. While we sit here bickering, poor Ramon may already be... Everyone, your attention, please! Honestly, Matthew, can't you see we're busy right now? What is it? My sincerest apologies, madame, but it's Ramon. He's returned. Returned? But... Yes, after the professor honored us with the visit, I went to the market to do the shopping. Why do you ask? Just what is going on here? There you have it, Layton. Now will you finally leave the detective work to the detective? But we saw it. We saw it happen right before our eyes. Ramon, don't you remember any of this? That's enough, Luke. But no, he was... I must apologize, Inspector Chelmey. It was dark out, and it seems that I was mistaken in what I saw. Now, if you'll excuse us, it's been a very long day, and I do believe we could all use a little rest. I certainly agree. The last thing I need is some drowsy scholar creating a panic in the village. Well, good night to you all, then. So, that's definitely a little odd. We saw Ramon get stuffed into a bag and taken away, and suddenly Ramon pops up. It's a scroll, I know it. Anyway, we got this guy right here to talk to. No matter how I try, I just can't seem to find that special someone. Tell me, Professor, what does an eligible bachelor like myself have to do to find a girl? I had an epiphany the other day. I think the reason I'm alone is because I can't solve this puzzle. Oh, how I've tried to solve it, but no matter how many nights I spend pondering it, the answer eludes me. Please help me, Professor. I don't want to spend the rest of my life talking to my stuffed animals. You know, I'm more inclined to think that the stuffed animals might have something to do with you being alone, just a little. But finally, puzzle number 12 shows up. Make a rectangle. This puzzle is worth 40 picarats. If you want to cut the piece of paper shown in diagram 1 into 2 pieces and then reassemble them to form a rectangle, all you have to do is cut the paper as shown in diagram 2. However, in order to assemble the pieces shown in diagram 2, you need to flip one of the pieces over before cutting them together. Where should you cut the paper if you want to turn the paper in diagram 1 into a rectangle without flipping either of the pieces? Well, this is actually a pretty simple thing. I mean, it just doesn't want us to pick up the paper and flip it around, but this little notch right here is our main problem. However, if we cut the paper like so, then this piece can just be rotated around and slide right in that little groove.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
Ta-da. Oh joy, I'm positively tingling with excitement. With that puzzle solved, I'm sure I'll find a bride in no time. That, unless talking to your stuffed animals. My guess, anyway. And it's now in our puzzle index. But there's nothing else in here yet. There will be later. Goodness, excuse me, folks. Anyway, we need to talk to you. Inspector Chelmey and Madame have already retired for the night. Ramon is likely off to the cafe. You've had a very hard day, Professor. Do try and get some rest. Good night, sir. So yeah, he doesn't have anything new for us. And now it's time for some scenes. I wonder if we really did just mistake what we saw on the street. No, I'm certain that was Ramon. When we saw him, there wasn't the slightest hint of life in him. He may have lost consciousness, but how odd that he should return healthy as can be an hour later. Stranger still is the fact that he seems to have no memory of what we saw happen to him. It's so peculiar. Scrolls! Plus, Ramon wasn't even the first. Lots of people seem to have had the same experience. Any other village would be in a panic over something like this. But Saint Mystere, well, it's peculiar, that's all. There's something very peculiar about this whole town. Yes, in most places no one would stand for this. But we've seen that Saint Mystere is anything but normal. Ramon's memory now added to the list of mysteries. Mwahaha. Yes, don't you worry. I'll let him know. Oh, hello there. There was a phone call for you. It was from an Inspector something or other. From Inspector Chelmey. He just kept saying that it was urgent and that you should meet him at Reinhold Manor at once. He probably wants to talk about what happened yesterday. Maybe so. We won't know until we get there, though. Come, Luke. Well, we have a couple things in here, as the dog is going to point out. There's that. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else in here, hint coin-wise, but you have another puzzle for us. There you are, Professor. Would you help a girl out? I've got something here I'd like you to look at. I made this darling sandwich for my special lunchbox, but the silly thing is too big. Can you make it fit? Number 55, the odd sandwich, worth 20 picarats. Using scraps left over from your breakfast, you've managed to cobble together a rather oddly shaped sandwich. How many times must you cut the sandwich in order to make it fit neatly in the container? Well, if you actually pay attention, you only need to cut the sandwich once, right about here. Then this wedge can fit perfectly in there, and everyone will be happy. So we only need one cut on that sandwich. Did that just say 7? No, it said 1.
Critical thinking is the key to success.
I need to stop rushing through that. Oh, Professor, you're just the cleverest. Thanks for helping me figure this out. And a simple chair. Well, he has a stool. You can have a chair. The odd sandwich is now in the puzzle box. Let's go ahead and leave, since we've done that here. And now this may be a new screen technically, but there's only one hint coin here. And where is it? Come on, it's in one of the chimneys, isn't it? There it is. And now you have a puzzle for us. Looks like you fellers are getting used to Saint Mystere. But stay sharp. Believe you me, you'll be buried in all sorts of difficult puzzles before you can count Station Scarfin. Is that Farfignugan? No. By now, I'm sure you realize that you can retry all the puzzles you failed to solve, eh? However, have you noticed how some puzzles just seem to vanish before you can get back to them? That's right. You see, that's the way it is with some things in life. Once they're gone, they're gone. For good. But rest at ease, you two. Those puzzles you thought had vanished have merely moved elsewhere. You must seek out Granny Riddleton's shack. It's a strange old building, so it should be easy enough to spot. But don't get sloppy just because you know how to retry puzzles now. There's no honor in laziness. Now that you've got the lowdown on puzzles in town, let me throw a puzzle your way to keep you sharp. And number 56, the Lazy Guard. We're 30 out of 30. The local museum has an exhibit that spans 9 rooms as shown in the diagram below. The entrance to the complex is marked by A and the exit is marked by B. Security guard on duty is a bit of a loafer and wants to walk through each room at the exhibit while turning as few times as possible. What is the fewest number of turns he can make while visiting every room? For an example, the diagram below shows a course that involves 6 turns. Oh, let's see. If you start here, then walk diagonally. You can go up. Yeah, if you do it at just the right angle, you can do... You do that. Then you go up high enough. Yeah, you can do it with making 2 turns.
There we go. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Bingo. Now that's what I like to see. Seems the training I've been giving you has paid off. No need to thank me. Anywho, seeing you around. A desk. Yeah, Luke needs a desk. Why not? Anyway, with this, it's time to cut the video. When we return, we slowly and meanderingly make our way to visit Chelmey. See you then, folks. Bye.